everyone, comic reviewer here, this time doing another Ghibli film review, and this one is on Tales from Earthsea. Now, Tales from Earthsea is meant to be a 2006 Japanese anime epic fantasy film that was directed by Goro Miyazaki, which two of his other films that I covered from Up on Poppy Hill, as well as Earwig and the Witch. Now, I remember when I was about 17 or 18, I remember watching this movie early in the mornings on Channel 4 and watching the kind of Japanese dub. And keep in mind that the point of Tales from Earthsea are adapted from Ursa K. Legion's other four books, as well as Hayao Miyazaki's manga series Sunya's Journey. Now, the premise of the film is meant to follow how a disturbance happens in the world from Tales of Earthsea, where we kind of see how wizards' magics have started to disappear. We see how there's a disease that spreads across the land. We see kind of how animals slowly die. And throughout the movie, we do see how Sparrowhawk, who is meant to be a powerful, wise, and caring wizard, ends up meeting a young prince known as Prince Eren, who is on the run following an incident that happened in his kingdom. I would say Eren's character is meant to be like a bit of an outcast, trying to find his own place in the world, and you can kind of tell he's trying to face whatever's happening to him. And of course, we do see them end up meeting Tenna and Teru, who are meant to be two farmers. Tenna is meant to be an old friend of Sparrowhawk's, and Tenna, I would say, at first is hard on Eren, but later does warm up to him. And of course, we do see how a dangerous, evil wizard known as Cobb, voiced by William Dafoe, is the cause of the disturbance, and of course tries to cheat death just to not face the reality that all things go and die eventually. And I think the premise of Tales from Earthsea has a bit of a message and a moral that death is a part of life, and that no matter how hard you try, it will always come despite your efforts. And I think the point of Eren and Cobb are similar but follow a path, with Eren realizing that death is just part of what life is, and that it will come eventually. Well, Cobb was just trying to be too far gone, and in the end, ended up destroying himself. And I think for the most part, I do give Ursa credit when she did say, "It's not my book, it's your movie. It's a good movie." It's like her saying, "I'm not mad, you did your best." And I think Goro Miyazaki isn't really a bad director. Again, I think he definitely does a good job with From Up on Pompey Hill, as well as Earwig and the Witch. I think he's a guy, who just gets the short end of the stick, and no one really does respect his work. I think this is like me liking the Star Wars prequels, as George Lucas knew what he was bringing onto the table. And for the most part, I do love the fantasy setting. I do love these kind of creatures in the world of Tales from Earthsea, and showing you that, yeah, not everyone is good and evil, but because of the whole pandemic that's happening, we see people lose their way or becoming shells of their former self. I think, to me, Tales from Earthsea is a hidden gem. It's not perfect, and I think it's like the black sheep of the Ghibli film community, but for me, I personally enjoyed it. So I think it still deserves a thumbs up. Still good, and still alright. So, comic reviewer here, signing out.